Is there any declarations of interest? No declarations of interest? No. Then we will start with application.
Councillor Steele's put his hand up. Convener.
All right, sorry, Councillor Steele, on you go.
No problem at all, Convener. I was a bit late getting there. It's just a transparency statement for full disclosure. I do occasionally drink in the Thornside Inn, but it has no bearing on the matter nor stay and take part in it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Steele. We'll start with applications re the Licence in Scotland Act 2005, and that comes under major variations of premises. And the first one is the Day-to-Day Express. And I am now going to hand you over to Douglas Campbell, who's our legal advisor, who will introduce the application and let us know the procedure that we will follow today.
Thank you. Good morning, Claire. This, as you've indicated, is an application for major variation for Day-to-Day Express. The applicant is Seed Hill Convenience Store Limited, who are represented by Mr. Emsley. I'm just looking to see if Mr. Emsley is here personally or somebody's in attendance for him this morning. Mr. Emsley, I see you now, sir. I couldn't see you for a moment. Good morning. This is an application, as I say, for major variation. There's been no adverse comments or objections. However, there is an increase to capacity, so we've provided you with layout plans showing radii from the premises. So my proposal is, Mr. Emsley, that we'll define the locality in the normal way and obviously decide what premises to be looked at. Then I'll check obviously that you're agreeable to the delivery conditions, and then obviously the board can hear from you. Before we deal with that, Mr. Emsley, are there any other preliminary issues?
No, none whatsoever.
Many thanks, Mr. Emsley. So in relation to locality, we've circulated to you plans showing 200, well, one plan showing 200, 400 and 800 metre radii from the application premises. Do you have a submission as to which locality the board should look at?
Proposed would be 400 metres.
Thanks, Mr. Emsley. Convener, is there a motion regarding what should be considered the locality in relation to this matter for the purposes of any over-provision consideration?
Yes, I'll put forward to the board that we do consider 400 metres.
Can that be agreed by members?
Is that agreed? Okay, thank you.
Within that 400 metres agreed locality, Convener, I can say that there is a total of 7 on-sales premises with a combined capacity of 1,798. And at the moment, and this includes these premises and their existing over-provision capacity, there's a total of 5 premises with a combined capacity of 92.99. We've also, for the benefit of members, if the application were granted, we've indicated what the new capacity would be, but obviously I've given you the existing figures. Mr. Emsley, can you advise the board whether you think the board should be looking at all premises or premises of type?
Sorry, we would prefer to look at premises of type, because obviously it's convenience stores and off sales, and it's a case of kind of eggs with eggs, so to speak.
Yeah. So basically, you're suggesting the board looks at the on sales only premises, so the off sales only premises, which is the 5 with the 92.99.
Correct.
Okay. Do the board agree with that? Convener, is there a motion?
Yes, I would put that motion forward that we agree that off sales only.
Great.
Thanks, members. So members have agreed that. I can just confirm then, in considering the application, the board will look in terms of the existing capacity at the off sales only premises with a combined capacity of 92.19. So with 5 off sales only premises with a combined capacity of 92.99. So Mr. Emsley, just to confirm, as I said, I would ask you if you agreed the delivery conditions in this application. Is that the case?
Yes, it is. We do accept them.
Okay. Convener, I've got no other preliminary issues if you wish to proceed now.
Okay, Mr. Emsley, would you go forward and speak to the application then?
Thank you, Your Honours. Good morning, Your Honours. I appear on behalf of the applicant Seed Hill Convenience Stores Limited to support this major vary application. The variation is to modernise the existing layout, improve customer flow and ensure the alcohol display area is positioned to a more secure and supervised location within the store. The proposed increases, it takes it to 11.89, and if you look at the location map, this premises would still be the lowest alcohol display area in the 5 that are listed. The reason for the change is just to try and improve visibility, improve offer and range to the customer. We see the range being very comparable with what other convenience stores are within that catchment, and it's kind of just reconfiguration mainly for staff visibility and for safety supervision. We don't anticipate works haven't commenced as part of any of this at all. It's something that's proposed later in the year, and we note there's no applications for objections or representations. We move to grant, Your Honours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Emsley. Is there any questions from board members? No questions from board members. Mr. Emsley, would you now like to sum up, please? Or if you want to add anything else?
Nothing further to add, Your Honours.
Okay, thank you. Well, as he said, there is no adverse comments. So I would put forward a motion that we agree this application.
Yeah, I agree.
That agreed. Okay, the application is agreed.
Very much
Just to
obliged, Your Honours. Thank you.
Just to confirm, Mr. Emsley, obviously, as you've agreed, the licence conditions relating to deliveries, these will be included on the licence. That concludes the hearing.
Thank you.
Okay. The next major variation is for the new county bar. And once again, I'll pass you over to Douglas, who will introduce it and explain the procedure. Douglas.
Thanks, convener. Yes, there's another application for major variation. Sorry, did somebody drop off there? Just did we lose somebody? Not sure. I seem to hear somebody drop off. In any event, the application's for the new county bar limited, and it's for major variation. The hours sought are within policy. There's change to the activities within and out with core hours. Can I just check who's in attendance for this matter?
Myself, Stephanie Forsyth Johnston, and this is Anne Forsyth with me.
But thanks very much, Stephanie. Just to confirm, there was a police letter in relation to this application. I'll just check if the sergeant's on the call with us just now.
Yes, Douglas, I'm on. Good morning.
You're on, Sergeant Craig, sorry, your mother's screen. So thanks, Sergeant. Sergeant, just to be clear in relation to this matter at the outset, this is an application where a number of changes to the licence were sought, but then there were changes made in light of the police letter, and I think we advise you of the changes which may deal with a number of matters in the police letter. So I don't know to what extent you want to refer to the police letter. It wouldn't appear to be necessary to go through the whole letter because I think a great deal of it, if not all of it, has been agreed.
Yeah, from understanding, Douglas, the change in hours has been agreed, where we're starting at 1100 hours as opposed to 1000 hours. I think there's still the questions at question 6B and question 6D that needs to be ironed out.
Yeah. Just before, obviously, I check there's any preliminary issues. I think it'd be useful, convener, make sure to go through that because, as I say, there were a number of changes and understand we did advise Police Scotland of those. So, in relation to the hours, originally 10 o'clock was asked for as a commencement hours. That was changed. So it's basically now retaining the 11 o'clock start, Sunday to Thursday 11 AM to 12 midnight, Friday and Saturday 11 AM to 1 AM, and then the off-sale hour was also changed to 11 o'clock. The children's times, basically 6B has been changed so that what it's looking for is children required to be accompanied by an appropriate adult over the age of 18, and young persons required to be accompanied by an appropriate adult over the age of 18 unless for the purpose of buying and consuming food. And then at 6D, what was sought was changed to children and young persons be permitted entry during opening hours for the purpose of having a meal and or attendance at a private function for which they may remain in the premises until the end of the function or midnight, whichever is the earliest. So does that help, Sergeant? Because I think it does address a great deal, if not all of your issues.
If the points at 6B and 6D have been agreed with the police proposal, then I think it covers all of it, Douglas, to be fair. The only other thing that I was looking at is just the additional conditions being imposed in respect to the challenge 25 and the parts just at the end of the letter.
Okay, thanks, Sergeant. That's helpful to say. In terms then of Ms. Forsyth, can I just check? Have you got any preliminary issues to raise or anything arising out of the brief discussion with the police?
No, nothing. We are happy to accept the conditions that the police have come back with, and also the conditions at the end of the letter, which we regularly do anyway, the challenge 25 policy, and just making sure everybody's of age. So we're happy with that.
Yeah. Thanks then. As I say, the changes were made in response to the police comments, and I think they essentially cover them, but members obviously can see the changes that we've highlighted on the cover sheet and what the police would comment to start with. And obviously that indicates that there is acceptance of the board's policy conditions regarding deliveries. There's no other preliminary issues, I think you've said, Ms. Forsyth. So, convener, are you happy simply to hear from, first of all, the Sergeant, just in case there's anything else he wants to say, but I think you've probably covered your position, Sergeant, is that right? And then, conveners, you'll be happy to hear from Ms. Forsyth.
Okay, Sergeant Craig, I'm quite sure you'll be happy with what you've heard.
Yeah, no, certainly. The only two conditions that we were looking at was 6B and 6D, and the standard conditions that we would ask to be imposed as discussed. So I'm quite happy if those are agreed that there isn't any further police objections. What I'll do in the interim periods, I'll contact the licensee after the meeting, and we can have a wee quick chat and just make sure that everything's all above board, and work with the licensed premises to make sure that all runs smoothly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sergeant Craig. Ms. Forsyth, would you like to speak now to the application?
The application, our main aim here is basically to introduce food back into the premises. It's been a long time since we've done that, and just now we're just finding it really hard with the cost of living, and people don't come out to enjoy a drink or anything like that anymore. So we're looking at other avenues to increase revenue and try and keep the public house open. We obviously have a lot of customers that enjoy coming in, but we can't survive on what we've got. So that's basically our main aim here, and we don't want to exclude families with children on the basis that obviously it is a public house. So that's why we've made the motion for the major variation to allow the children onto the premises.
Okay, thank you. Is there any questions from members at this stage? Douglas?
It's not the question, convener. I suppose there does seem to be a bit of an overlap with some of the conditions asked for by the police in terms of what's in the legislation. I appreciate they've been accepted, and therefore I don't want to overly dwell on them. But for example, matters of staff training, I'm not sure whether members definitely want those conditions imposed or not. It's a matter for members. If members wish discussion, it would obviously open to you to have a recess to go over them. But I simply raised the point so that members are aware.
Okay. Is there any questions from members at this stage regarding what Douglas has just said? Andy, Councillor Steele.
Thank you, convener. Yes, Douglas, could you point me at the staff training item you just mentioned, is that in the police letter?
Yeah, there's a condition about bar staff selling or serving alcohol to undertake the minimum staff training and records to be available for inspection. So there are requirements about persons involved in the sale of alcohol, either in personal licence holders or completing statutory training.
Oh, I see it. Second bullet point on the last page.
So page 15. It's kind of the way it's formatted the letter. There's a gap between a paragraph and then onto page 15. So it was those conditions there that were asked about.
The second
sorry.
condition's covered by statute anyway.
Yeah, I think so. And there's a condition legislation that there be a challenge 25 policy, and there's also stuff in the Act about about what is an acceptable form of identification. It's, as I say, if the trade are happy with them, I suppose it's just as long as they don't, just duplicate what's already in the legislation in terms of the requirements.
Okay.
Okay, no other questions. Can I ask then, Sergeant Craig, if you would like to sum up now, if there's anything else that you want to add after what you've just heard?
Thank you, Your Honours. No change in the police submission. I think everything's more or less been agreed, and quite happy to go with that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms Forsyth, would you like to sum up, please?
I have no further comment, thank you.
Okay. What I'm going to do is have a very quick recess. So if we can ask you to leave and then we'll bring you back in again. Douglas, if you will just explain that further. Okay, Douglas?
Oh, no, absolutely. I thought you were going into recess.
Yes, we are, but if you would ask Miss Forsyth and Sergeant Craig to leave the premises. Well, not
Sure.
Okay.
Thanks. If they could, yeah.
Right, okay.
I think if we'll remove anyone that shouldn't be in the discussion, obviously, convener.
Okay, thank you. Is that everyone removed?
Not yet. Bear with me.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, it's still.
Okay.
I think that's us now.
Okay.